So the question here is, what are the pros and cons of off-plan property? So I have a few here. I think the first question here is, what is the investment objective that you have? If the answer is capital gains, then off-plan makes the most sense, because effectively you are being rewarded as an investor for taking a risk of a project just based off a few PDF files and photos. So you get in very low at the pre-launch prices, and then you see the price of the project increase during launch, and then just before handover. And at handover, I think that's where the capital gain is maximized, because then it attracts a huge influx of buyers who wants to live in it already, or can finally get their hands to it with a mortgage, so on and so forth. So it is beneficial for capital gains. But if you want passive income through rentals, you will have to wait, because off-plan projects typically take about 2 to 3 years for construction. For some of the more reputable ones like EMA, it can take up to 4 years. So you have to wait like 4 years before you can collect your first rental check. So that might not be a good idea for off-plan if you want passive income. Then the second one is for financial situation. So this one depends on your personal kind of cash flow situation. What off-plan is good at is that it allows you to pay in a staggered fashion, kind of payment plan throughout the entire construction period. So you start off with 10 or 20% down payment, plus your 4% Dubai Land Department fees, and then in some developers it's based on the percentage of construction of the project itself, and then you pay in 10% or 5% tranches, and then at handover then you pay the full amount. I know increasingly there are also more projects offering post-handover payment plan. I have a few videos on that in my channel, take a look at that. I have my 2 views on it, but it attracts a certain kind of target segments of investors here in Dubai as well. I think a few other things, benefits of off-plan is, because it's a new build, it's gonna probably look newer, hopefully better maintained, more modern compared to the surrounding buildings. For off-plan, they also tend to build in areas that are not yet matured. So think of your emerging areas like Jeddah, JBC, Arjan, Farjan, so on and so forth, which means that the potential for capital gains is a lot higher versus the established areas of Business Bay and Marina, so on and so forth. However, I think the last big cons of off-plan is, effectively it's a risk, right? You're putting your money in a multi-million project just based off an 18-page PDF file of the brochure. The renders can look very pretty, you might be very tempted to buy it, but there's still a certain degree of uncertainty because you can't see and feel what physically it looks like at the end, as well as delays. So there are some developers that are known for not developing on time, so that is a risk you need to undertake. And finally, you kind of have to lock in your money for quite a long time, unless you manage to resell it. So I feel like these are the kind of key pros and cons of investing in an off-plan project. So I personally invested in a ready project with a mortgage and a couple of off-plan projects today. So if you'd like to better understand, the entire process end to end, my experience, which are the good developers and less good developers, drop me a note either on my email or in the comments, and I'll get back to you. Hope this is helpful. Thank you.